we are going to head into our next game of AstroNinja facing off against Loser, which these two players are very storied, very historied in what they have going on, what they're capable of doing. Loss is a well-known Helix player in the scene. Much like Frosty, actually plays motion controls. And like Frosty, he wields a default loadout. And by default, I mean he just kind of lives and dies by the blorb. It's a solid arm. He plays it very well. And he has a lot of fun with it, which, as I was saying at the earlier part, that's definitely like the main motif, the primary goal that a lot of these players have these days is they like their, what am I saying? They like their arms that they've chosen, and they are going to fight with them. Astro is a different kind of beast, though, as he is known by many as one of, if not the best arms player in history. Capable of playing a sleuth of characters. Capable of just like a master of rush. I think that's what I was trying to find as I'm slowly setting up the prediction and continue to do the 50 juggling, which I could have, you know, I could actually ask around for help or something like that, but, you know, I don't. Like, one of the most proficient rush players in this game has spent so many hours meticulously figuring out and understanding what exactly one needs to do to be able to secure their rush and make things work. And we are definitely seeing that with that rush and his follow-ups. Using Brass's heavy armor and pressure now that he's got that tempo online. We did see it. I wasn't talking about it at the time, but Lost did manage to secure 8 points against this Brass. One of the biggest disadvantages of Brass is when you are in disadvantage, when you don't have that tempo, you don't have that space to really be able to breathe and set up. It can be really hard to make things work, and you can get overwhelmed pretty easily, and Lost able to capitalize on that. Has rush advantage as we're moving on to this next game. We'll have to see if he can take advantage of it, as he is looking for a moment, safely poking with these florbs, taking high advantage of these high bouncing angles just to try to power through the Chakram and Toaster. Out comes this rush. Astro tried to dodge out of the way, ends up taking 300 damage instead. Putting Lost at a light health advantage, but we do see a Toaster knockdown is going to be enough to allow Astro to set up his buff state. And he is going to be able to hold it now that he's got rush pressure. This is an incredibly difficult place for Lost to be able to bring things back. As he leaves himself in the air at all, that is 270 damage that Astro gets to claim. And makes the unfortunate call on movement, and that is going to be a very clean opportunity for Astro to take him out and claim the first win between these two players. Fantastic game, fantastic showing on both ends. Curious to see how... I honestly don't think we're changing anything. It looks like we're just gonna be sticking with sparring ring. No, it looks like we are actually gonna be doing some... We are going to be going through stage striking, though I would be surprised if we didn't end up going back to sparring ring. Oh, no, it looks like we are going to be going to DNA Lab. I see your point, Prince. I respect the point you're making there. Easy counterpoint. This is the ARMS Invitational. This isn't the practice. This isn't the practice, love. This is the finals. You want to avoid the weaknesses. It worked out for you because you're just that good of a player. But this is also one of those situations where you probably shouldn't be. In more casual formats, definitely. But when we're talking about the Invitational, we're talking about top cut beef. Triple A, fresh from the farm beef here. This ain't when you play in games. This is where you take your steak and you sear it to perfection. And you show people what your skills as a culinary chef are made of. Regardless, I'm getting weird with my analogy. So we are going to continue as Lost trying to find a way through. This stage did open up a couple of opportunities to get some punches out, and he does manage to secure another grab, but a lot of what Lost has ended up doing is just taking out these tubes. I imagine he isn't. It feels like he's not too fond of them, which is curious considering this is his stage pick. Could be a situation where he is looking for that high ground to try to take advantage of and punish AstroNinja, but it's that same problem that I've been bringing up a few times, and honestly, it's unfortunately one of the biggest weaknesses that Helix has is just your best move is tower. His innate ability to be able to set himself up as a watchtower and just bombard the enemy. Now, the downside to that is if your opponent has a strong anti-air and you cannot punch it out, you're cooked. You're cooked. You're in so much pain. So if he presses the tower button at this point, Astro wins. Didn't even need that chakra, but it's like, what does Lost do there? How do you respond? And it's kind of just, you honestly can't in a situation that's like Lost's. And I mean, that's just how it be. That's just how it be. And you've just got to roll with it. You got to sing your tune, make it work as well as you can. Like, we did see some good results from Sparring where he was able to, like, prevent Brass from backing up and keeping that pressure. So, in this situation, I imagine Lost is looking more for stages where he can keep overwhelming AstroNinja when he gets the advantage. When he gets a good grab catch, because a Blorb's grab is super hard to punish. Just because of that angle. It goes all the way up and then bounces down on its target. And it's kind of set up in a way where the opponent can't really dash towards you and stop it. And it's also like positioned in a way that you can't really jump over it. So it is very clean, very effective at just like snuffing players out. If you can get it out quick and meaty. And also, mind you, like, there are other arms, there are other strategies. We're not I'm gonna remind everybody again, we're not really in a world anymore where players are looking at that. Like, we're talking about a world where you get to the Invitational, you get to your big brackets, and all the players just want to go random. We're definitely seeing phenomenal skill. We're definitely seeing great talents, great abilities. We're getting a great show. But it's also a day and age where the players are kind of, they're looking more for the entertainment of playing ARMS than they are looking to showcase their skills. These are definitely the top cut, but they're playing the game because they love the game and they want to show off the game, not necessarily to be like, I'm the best! So we're gonna see a couple of situations where maybe the player kind of doesn't want to change. And that's fine. My mood next Invitational will probably be very different, and maybe I'll be a bit more of a butthead. But right now, we're going to be playing with this theme, this energy. And I feel like Sky Arena is a fantastic choice for Frosty to be rolling with. As it allows a lot, like when he gets the advantage, it allows for a lot more of those opportunities for him to be able to press. That said, it didn't seem to work out this time. We'll have to hope that it pans out for him in Game 2 of this final set. Or if this is going to be Astro running away with a clean 3-0 sweep. In comes the grab. Lost does have the advantage. He falls into the ditch, and that is his undoing! You have to be so conscious of how you move in the air in Sky Arena, because if you dash into that ditch, doesn't matter if your opponent's in the ditch. They're now an advantage, because they're just going to jump up and immediately punish you. Or the little bit of time that you're going to be stuck in the air landing is going to be a clean opportunity to punish. Out comes the catch, there comes the grab, and that is a finish off from AstroNinja, running away with a 3-0 against Lost. That was a good position, but unfortunately just could not find his way through. And is going to result in a TKO, unfortunately, for a loser who will be moving into the lower brackets. It's not over for him yet. If you're voting for Lost and you want to see him make it far, he still has a chance. He still has his opportunity. It's just going to be down the road from here.